Hi everyone. Oh, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Gloria, welcome. Guys are welcome to day 28. So we just have less than two classes to go, and I'm excited. First thing I want to say is that if you check all the subjects we've done, uh, they are good to set you up and running for your data. I wanted to say data analytics skills. I'm carried away by that. But they are good to set you on your programming world, okay? To be able to program and learn something from, be able to advance from what you have learned. I have taken my time extensively to teach you guys topics that I know that are very, very important. Okay, and one of such is what we are doing today, web scraping. So it's very important to have this idea because it will also help you. It's one of stuff that when you see jobs or when you search for, roles, they ask you if you're good in web scraping. But the idea is that Python is very versatile. So there are many things you can do with it. For example, we've not touched on NumPy, which is Python format of array. We've not done that. I think that will lead us into data analysis and data science, because you need those stuff. And from NumPy, you want to do things like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and just go that direction. Also, I know we did a little bit of Flask, and from Flask you can create Fast API. You can also learn Fast API, Django. That takes you to websites and we've done automation, but also you can also do some GUI concept in Python. So Python is very, very you know, elaborate. Okay, well, the topics that we've done on these 30 days with Python are topics that are so wonderful. I can tell you that since we've been doing 30 days of Python, this has been one of the robust curriculum we've used because my idea was that I needed something that we can easily give out to people to learn. That was one of the reasons why we also used this platform so that we contain the kind of noise that comes inside the class so that whoever comes to listen to the videos they can get to uh, they can get to understand better, all right, what we are doing without much noise. So I'm looking at what Francis said, feeling like we should go back to training weekdays. Weekdays, I don't. Okay. All right. So, anyways, this is it, and I think we will do this tomorrow. We might have some time to be able to just maybe do some revision and thereabout. But I think this is it. Then one thing I want to say is that the videos are always available on YouTube. There's, I will tell you guys, you don't have any excuse. All right, we've run courts before this, and I can say that this cohort is one of the cohort that they have resources more than the previous cohorts. Previous cohorts sometimes for them to get videos and all that we have to um, the way we do it then was not as as streamless as it is right now. So for you, after the end of a class, you can even go back and start watching. You can decide to slow it down. All right, do it the way you like and just listen to class at your own pace. Okay, so you have more um to more is giving much is expected. So I that's why on the Slack channel when I look at your questions, except they are something I want to really answer. I will just always refer you to, hey, go and watch the video. You understand? Go to the YouTube channel, watch it over and over and over again. Okay, and I also advise you guys that at the end of the training, there's a playlist we've made for this training. It's called 30 days in Python Code 4. So take that playlist and watch it over and over again. All right, you don't have any excuse. Okay, you don't have any excuse. And kudos to everybody who has been doing the assignments. All right. So I'm just saying this now to seem as if this is the wrap up class. So let's go deep into what we're here for today. And we came here to look at web scraping. So I will start by giving an introduction. So I'll first of all say that when it comes to web scraping, okay, there are basic ideas that you should have. Uh, One of them is um, HTML, no CSS, how the website carries information. Okay, those are ways that you must learn those pattern. Okay, how does a web page stores information, because that's what you're trying to assess. You're trying to assess information on a website or a web page. Okay, so how is this information structured? And HTML uses what we call elements. Okay, they have elements, and so these elements are things that it's used to embed data. So it is important that you have good knowledge of HTML or anything that has to do with the web. It's important. Okay, if you don't, you have to research about it and study it. That will be able for you. That will enable you to be able to extract data. And there are many ways we can do web scraping. Today we are looking at just Beautiful Soup. There's Cerilum. All right, so there are other ways you can do web scraping. Now, the whole concept here is that uh, if we Python has a way we can request for you. I'm going to do this in two ways, okay? Because I want to help you guys. I first of all built a site locally on my system that I'm going to show you. This is the HTML I'm going to run it, and then we'll scrape the information on the website, and then I'll take you to a live website and just show you and search an information that we want to scrape, and then show you how we can scrape those information. But the idea is that when you get the website, an information of any website, it comes as a test. Okay? It comes as a test. And Python test is very limited. You cannot do a lot with Python test. You can only do some stuff like find, replace, and all of that, but it's limited. So the goal of this Beautiful Soup and other packages that we use for web scripting is to allow you be able to find elements, all right, either by ID, by class, by header, by whatever, to be able to easily find those stuff and then extract information from it. That's the idea. Okay, so that's the concept of web scraping. All right, so that's why we are using these packages. All right, that's the kind of basic concept I can explain to you guys. So I'm going to share my entire screen because I now be moving from one place to the other. So let me remove this screen and stop sharing. Then I'm going to present screen and then present my entire screen. Okay, and add to. So you see my entire screen right now, and then I'll go over to my VS Code. Okay, so I'll go over to my VS Code. So this is it. So the first thing I want to show you is the HTML code. So this is just an HTML code I just generated with this thing. So the idea is that what it does is talks about PIP community and what PIP community is about. Okay, so I need to run this. I need to run it. All right, let me run it. So to run, I don't have a local server here, so I'll just uh, UV on the part that it is stored. Okay, so this is where it is stored, and then I'll just run this code. So this is how the website looks like. Okay, so it's just a standalone website anyway, and talks about people, community, training programs, articles, membership. So join our community of developers, learn in demand skills, connect with industry professionals through our training programs and events. Um, then the next thing we are doing is that um, so if you click on join our community, it takes you down. If you click on events, it takes you to the event that we have. But let's just go through. So these are the programs. You want to learn full stack web development. You want to learn data science fundamentals. You want to learn cybersecurity. What are the events happening? So on May 15th, we're having tech career fair, and then the location is convention center, networking. The fee is free, and we now have latest article. Yesterday we had to Python for data analytics, pandas basic building. So this is it. It's just a very very simple website, and if you want to join the community, basic, free, premium. All right, and I don't every one of you, this is where you are. You are free, and then we have some footer. On the footers we have what we the about us, contact us policy, and then these are social media platforms and they reserve us. So this is it. Very very cool website. But this is not PEEP official website anyway. Our official website is out there. So what if we want to now script data? Normally there's no need scripting such data like this because you can copy and paste it. But let's say we want to scrape data like this. We want to get the uh, titles of what PEEP is doing, and maybe the price, and then we also want to get the description of their program. So these are now informations that we are looking for. Okay, and then we want to get, so we can access each of these data. What I'm saying, we can access each of this and access maybe this table. We can access this table. All right. If you are scraping data for let's say data analytics purpose, you can. If this is an entire table of let's say 1,000 rows, and you need it to do an analysis, you can scrape it, okay, and use it for what you want. And then we have articles. We can scrape the titles too. They're just the same format. So one of the ways you check information that you want to scrape is by doing inspect. So I'm going to right click, and there's an inspect here. I think you can do Control I. That will work. So with inspect, you see that, okay, let me do something first. Let me do view source script. So some website, I don't know, sometimes their view source script does not show because they will hide some stuff. Now, everything you see here is what we have on my script. That's what we have on my script here. Okay, so on the website you can get some websites. I don't know no website anyway, but you can get their HTML, HTML rather. If I say HTML, cable code is not disturbing me. The HTML, um, the script you can get it, but that's not what we want to do. So I'll click on this, and I want you to know that this is working on a local, so you can see that it's actually local, right? So let's again inspect. So inspect, and we can be able to move. You see when I over my mouse in this place, you see. So this is the body, the entire body. This is the header. This is the section. So we have a section where we called class hero. In that section is a container, and then you can see each one is taking the title, and then we have a paragraph. So this paragraph holds this, and then we have a button, that's class button. And this class is something that we have already created, customized, and all of that. So class button, you can, if I click on this, is what is saying this join now. So what if I want to access Let's say I want to access this part. So I need to go to another section. So let's say there's another section called program section. So there's a program section, this section. So if I click on this section, you can see that I've captured the program. Let me zoom. No, I don't want to zoom in here. Let me zoom in from this part. Great. So you can see I've captured the program section. And if I click inward, I can be able to capture the first div. The first div is talking about the program training. And then if I click inside the class called program ID cards, I can be able to locate each different card. So it is from in this section, this div program card, then I can get my information that I'm looking for. For example, I can get this is the image. Let me click again. Let me click the content. This is the content. So the content, inside content, I can get, let me open the content. I can get the duration, the online. Okay. And you see how I can get it. So if I want to get duration and online, I need to go to metadata. And inside metadata, I will look for a spam. And the spam I'm looking for, or the spam I'm looking for is 12. And then I can go to, if I go to that's header 3, I can be able to get the title. And inside this same um, program content of where we are, I can get the description. The description is a paragraph. Okay, so you see, I've been able to. Then if I want to get the price, there's another division side to get the price. There's a class called price. I can be able to get the price. So these are ways you just inspect the website and then be able to get what you want. Okay, so same thing goes for this. Tables in this section, we'll look for, we'll open it, and then we start just finding our ways inside upcoming. So there are tables. This one now we have tables. You can see we have tables, and in that table, one table we have table heads. So this way we can get all the table headers. These are the table headers. Okay, inside the table head, there's table headers, and then we now have the table body. Okay, so this is the first information on the row. It's another information. I think we have another information. This is that was the second. This is the first information, and then this is the second information. So this is how we can we can read through all of this or look through it, and then extract the information and put them as a dictionary JSON. Anything. If we get a JSON file, if we get it as a JSON file, we can turn it to a dictionary. And those of us who wants to be interested in data science or data analytics, whatever a dictionary, it's it's a table. I call dictionary a table because it's a two-dimensional array. All right, so it means that it has rows and columns. Okay, so you can convert a dictionary to a table using pandas data frame. All right, and you get your table, and then you'll be able to do your analytics. I know this thing I just said. Now some of you will like, it is where, it's where. As I tell you that you need to learn more, and it's not hard. It's very simple. So let's dive into my code because of time. So we have the website. So I'm going to come back to this place, and what we'll be needing, what we need for this is BeautifulSoup. So I think we didn't do more of package, but I'm saying if tomorrow I just wrap that inside the train so that some of you understand what, because we did modules where we are doing import from, but there are times that you want to use this stuff and it's not in your system, okay, because they didn't come when you installed Python. So then you have to pip install them in your system. So that's why you see when I sent you guys roadmap in Python, there's a package part that calls that we call conda. We have conda, we have pip, we have pypy, no pypi, right? Those three things are package managers in Python. So we from BS4 we reporting BeautifulSoup. You can always read through it and get more understanding. And then I'm using OS because I want to load that website from locally. I want to load it. So I define a function that helped me load the data. the website because it's local. So I'll just get the file part. That's what I'm doing here. Get the file part. Okay. If the file part exists, if the file part does not exist, just print that you could not get it. But if the file part could exist, get the file parts, open it, that read it, we did this how to read a file. So the file part, the reading mode, but this time we are coding it using UTF dash 8, and then we'll open it as a file. Then we'll pass that file into our beautiful soup class, and we ensure that it comes. We also pass the way we want to, extract element from it as HTML.parser. Then when we are done, we just return what we get there as soup. That's all. So I'm going to run this. So this is the directory. Let me run this one again. Let me copy this, copy relative part, paste it here. Great, and run it. So if we run it, you see that HTML successful, and this is the web page that I just showed you. This is this. Okay, so this is what we are getting as our response. Great, so this is our response, and it's going to be very long. Then I want to show you guys something. So our response is just there, but what if we want to now access some stuff? Let's say we want to now access items in our response. So let me do something like response.test. I don't want to code too much, so I already listed out some stuff because of time. So response.test will still give us the same content in our page. Let's do the status. We don't have status on this. I think it's when I do it as a normal request, I can do that. But anyway, so what I want to show you is that we might want to select informations. Let's say I want to get, let's go back to the website. Let's go back to this place. There's a container here. Let's say I want to get okay, so let's select let's say I want to find all H2 that we have in our data set. So I can do something like response dot find. Let me find the first H2 that we have on the data set. So you see that the first H2 we have on our data set is our training program. So let's go back to the website. Our training programs was the first H2 we got. Okay, you can see our training program was the first H2 we got. If I want to get, so this is my header. So I don't want to start doing things that I know. So if I want to get this, advance your tech career. I think this is our first H1. So I can go back to the code and do find. If you do something like find and you just write the element that you want to find, it will just find the first time you saw each one. But if I want to find all of the elements I got each one, I can do find all. So it will present them. It will present them as a list for you. So imagine I did find all H2. So we have in our website we have our training programs, upcoming events, latest articles, and community membership. They are all H2. So it was able to extract that information from the website for me. So yeah, so this is how we can just find informations, and then you can select, because this is a list coming as more like a list. So I can select the first element, I can select the last one, and all of that, and just do what I need to do and do test dot split. No, just do dot test. It will turn into a test for me and take off that H2 that you're saying. Okay. So great. So let's look at a function. I don't want to explain this because I've already done it by explaining this. So what this function is doing is that we want to scrape the training programs. Okay, we want to get information from the training programs. So I'll create. I think I have to go back. Let me just go back and explain it. So let me cut this out because if I explain one, I can be able to just talk through the rest. So let's say we take the response and we do dot select. What are we selecting? We want to select a class. The class called dot program cards. If you go to the website, there's a class called program card. This is it. Where is it? Let's go up a little bit. This is it. A class. So we are using select to get the element, and the element we are selecting is class called program cards. So if I come here, so how I will do it is that once you pass in the select, there's a dot to say, okay, this is the class I want to get. Get the program card for me. Save everything to program cards. So if I print what we have on program card, you see that now we have a section. That section that has all the trainings that we are doing. Okay, all the trainings, data science, full full text, full stack web, and then we have other stuff like the images and all of that. But if there's something you should check is that after this program cards, okay, if I want to get the first item, it will give me the one for full text stack. No, it's giving me everything. So why is it giving me everything? Is that inside that program cards, there's another class called program card. Okay, so I want to access that. So I will do that is where I will do my dot program slash card. Great. So I want to access that. So when I run this, great. So I have all the program card that I need. Then what if I want to access? Let's say I want to access. What will I want to access now? Let's say I want to access the. I want to access this spam, so I can do first of all I can do dot zero to get the first class, right, or the first program. Then I can do dot select. What do I want to select? Let's say I want to select dot uh, program meta. I want to select this program meta. Let's just see what we get out. Great. So I can select program meta and be able to get this information. So you see, I can now be able to drift down into what I want to get and to be able to get the answer that I want. So I can say dot spam dot find. Let's find all spam inside our data. If it takes time, then I'm getting an error. Yeah, I always know. If it takes time, I'm getting an error. Okay, I think I will do dot select. Let's just do dot select again. Select. Let me do select underscore one and then select spam. Let's see what we get. Why am I getting error? Select one. You're probably trying to. Okay, so I have to. Oh, I know why. So let me do this as a list. Let me split here. Great. So I have to split it as a list, and then I can be able to then now select and to get yeah, to now be able to get spam. Okay. So I can do spam here and get what I want. Great. So put my spam, I'll be able to get 12 weeks. So I've gotten the 12 weeks, and this is the duration I'm looking for anyway. So I can just test it. Yeah, so I've gotten the duration. So it's more about how knowing how you can find your way through to be able to get information. So what we are doing now is that let me come back to this. I just have to break this thing down so that you understand what each function will be doing. Okay, so what we are doing here is that so we're going to create a program. We're going to create an empty list that has the word program. And then we're going to select that section, right, that has that entire program that we have on our website. That's this entire program, this section. There's a section. Look at it. This section. Okay. And in this section, what actually is we're not interested in the title or the container. We're interested in the program card. So we're going to trap this program card. Okay. And then when we're done trapping these program cards, we are also going to trap individually a program card. Okay. So we trapped individually a program card, and then we'll pass in our answer into program cards, and then we run a loop. So for each card in that program, this is where we now start selecting. Okay, so what we say card does select one. What do we want to select? We want to select the H3. Remember, the H3 is what bears the title. So take it as a test, and then maybe probably strip it if there's any need to. That's where this dot strip is there for. And then for the duration again, we just select the program metadata, program meta, get the span, and then take the first element, which we know that will be the duration, like I just did here. Look at it. Get the first element, test it. Okay, let me remove this and run it for you guys to see. This is it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this metadata, the first one is the duration. The second one is the location. The third one is the month. The last one is the price. If I want to get price, now I will just do something like -1. So that will be the price. So I'll get the price. Then I'll do dot test. Great. So see, I have the price. Okay. So for us to be able to get the duration, we get the first one, the format, we get the second one, and then the description. Now to get the description, we need to select paragraph because let's go to the website. To get the description, we need to select paragraph. Look at it. So to get the title, we selected H3 under the card. Then to get the description, we need to select paragraph. Now to get the reason why to get the price and the rest that we're doing is because they are under what program meta. That's the meta data of the program. That's why we need to access this class first to be able to get those ones. Good. So once we get it, we'll be able to get the description, the start date. To get the start date, we need to get the meta, select the meta program, and then we select the first one, get spam, and then get test. So what we're doing here is that I need to replace next code. So let me show you this line of code. So remember, we'll get the metadata and the spams. So this is it. All right. So this is our third one. This is the third one. Oh, this is the second one. That will give us this. But we need to replace this stuff because if we do something like this, dot test. Right? If we do the test, we still have something like next cohort, and we don't need next cohort. So we have to replace. See, we have to replace next cohort. We have to replace next cohort with nothing. So by the time we run this, so now we have the date of that we need. So this is not just like you're just extracting, you're also cleaning data or cleaning the information that you're getting. So that's what we did here. Okay, and then the strip just in case we need to strip it. Okay. So that's how we get it, and then the next thing we get the price. So when we are done, we append everything to our program, and then the loop is going to run again based on the number of program card that we have. And then when we are done with that, I can turn this to a dictionary or if I want to, but it's okay, it's a list. And then, but when we are done with this, we will have to print how many programs that we found so that the user knows that they are waiting. Okay, based on the number of programs that we have. Then when we are done, we return the programs. So this is me calling the function, scraping training programs, or passing our response from the beautiful soup that we have done. This is our response. Pass it in and put all the variables. We are going to get a list, so we save it inside this, and then I can be able to print it out. Sorry, I've not run this function. So let me run it now. Great. So you can see now that we have title, full stack, duration is 12 weeks online. Now it's coming as a dictionary. Okay, it's coming as a dictionary. All right. So I can get this as I can get this. This is more like a dictionary, and then but we can call this a more. This also a JSON file if you know. Okay, so there's a way you can. I've forgotten the format of this. This looks like record. Okay, you can easily turn this to a table. All right, by if I want to show you guys what I'm saying. Okay, so you can easily turn this to a table. Anyways, so this is the data that we have on our website, and then it's actually just showing. So you can now use it and do whatsoever you want to do. So you script those information from the website. So I also have another one where we can scrape information from our tables, all right? Because we want to get the event response, which is this. But in this one, this is a table, okay? So how do we do that? Uh, so I have listed out some stuff here to test it locally before I explain the function to you guys. So let's say we have our response to can have our response, and then we'll find all the tables in our response. We can say response dot find. What do we want to find? Let me find the first table in the data. So find table. Great. So it's going to find all the tables that we have for the first table. So table thread, table head, table row, title head. These are the title heads that we have. Close of it. So for in once you should understand that in HTML for every open element there's a closed element. There's a close to it. Okay. So this is the open. This should be the close. Let's go back to the last part. This is the close of it. Okay, this last one. So it opens this way. For example, this is the open the table rows. This is where it opens. This is where it closes. So this is the first table rows that we have. First table row, and you can see there's another table row again. There's another table row, and then it ended here, and then this is another table row. Great. So in this place, we can find all the table rows. We can say find all table rows inside this stuff. So it's going to find all the table rows that we have. So here already now I can be able to extract the data that I want. Okay, you can find all table rows. Great. Can you find all the headers? So find. If I do find all, I cannot be able to extract it individually again because it comes more like a test. All right. So but I can still say find all the table rows. So it gives me the first table rows, and then you can just be finding your way. Find all the th for me. These are all the th, right? And you can just keep finding your way. So let's say if we do the test on this place, if we get okay, it does not have an attribute called test. So I think it has an attribute of is a list. It's coming as a list, so I can get the first out of it as 0. Yeah, great. I got this, and then I can just do my replace and out of that. Great. So what we are doing now is that we want to now update it. So we get all the tables. Then we'll get all the tables. We'll put them at events tables, and then we get all the rows. Okay. So we now have event and tables, event tables and the rows. So for rows, we want to look through it and then get um, the table data out of inside it, and then we'll get the table data. It becomes our columns. So our events would be that this is a dictionary, a list, sorry, that I've created that is as an empty list because I want to embed information. So our event is going to be the date that we need, and then the column. So all this, the rules is just to strip in and get all the information that we want inside the data. So, and then run it, and you can see that we are able to get same information just the same way we did the first. Okay, So I've been able to get it. Now I did the same for the articles, that this is the same thing like what we did for getting programs, because they are both the same way. They're all cards. So since it's cards, it's just the same way we can get it. So this works. You understand? Same way. And yeah, the one for the plans that we are doing, membership plans, is also a card. So we can easily just get it. But what difference, or what's the word now? The difference that we have there is that how do we extract our benefits? Okay, so how do we get the benefit from it? So if we go to the website, okay, this is where I want to inspect. So I'll go down to this is the articles. Yeah, still go down again. This is the last part. Yeah, membership. So if you click on membership, you go down. So we get this is the membership class, and then we'll click on it. So we have all the benefit cards, all right? So you see we have benefit cards inside. But then when you click on the benefit card, there's the title, which is the basic, and yeah, it's free. Okay, but then we now have a list of items that every member should have access to. So access to this, access to that, So this stuff is a list. This is how on the web you get a list. Okay, Li. All right, so that's what we are doing here. So we get a list from every card or select Li. So let me just show you that. So I'll just go back here. And let's say I'll do something like we already have our response. So response dot. I want to select. What do I want to select? I want to select the benefits dot benefits card. Let me see, do I expect that one? Benefit dot card. Great. So when I do it, you see that we have a list of items. Okay, and then in my benefit dot card, what I want to access is the lists, that we have on the data set. So we have a lot of lists. So I'm going to select one from inside. So let's say I want to select the first one. So in the first one, I've trapped the basic stuff. So in the basic stuff, we can now select, let's say I select dot li and then run it. So this is empty. Why is it empty? So I think I have to select it's not a class. All right, great. So it's not a class. Since it's not a class, I don't need to put dots. Okay. It's just an element. All right. If it's a class, I'll put it out. It's just an element. So I get this. So this is not a list. I said that this is a list. So long as it's a list, I already know that if I look through, I can be able to get what I want. But what if I do dot test? How am I doing dot test? Sorry. So if I look through, for example, if I look through, I can be able to get access this community, this, and this. Okay, so let's say, for example, I do something like for item in this. Let me print the item out. Print item. You can see that it's coming up, So, but what if I say print item dot test dot strip, for example? Dot test. Let's just do dot test first and see what we happen. Great. So dot test, I can be able to remove those other stuff that we don't need, and then we have them as a list. So this is all the benefits you get from this benefit card. Okay. So I can also look through to get the title and everything, depending on what I want. So once we do that, we can be able to run this, and we'll get all the membership plans. These are all the membership plans, and then These are the benefits. They're just here. So the benefit will stay in a list because it's more than one element. And the one that has price has price. So lastly, the one I want to check on that website is I want to check the footer. The footer is the last part. Look at that footer. That's the last part. So footer has um, container, and that container has different class. So we have to select the footer class, footer link of a class. From there, we can be able to get uh, the reference and then get all the footers and also access, select the social link and get what we need. We don't really need the copyright anyway, right? So once we go back there, I don't know why we did the copyright also, but once we go back there, we see that we have how do we get the footers? So this is where we need to first of all select the footer class. And in that footer class, we want to select all the link. So I already have it here. So let me do response.footer. So footer class, we want to get all the link. And then to get all the link, we can then loop through. Just the same way I loop through on the previous one. So I can do for foots in this, just print out all the foots. So you can see that it's pretty much understanding how how it flows. Okay, so print out all the fruits, and then we can do dot test to get just our item. So what does dot test does is that it takes off those elements, references that you see on your data that you're extracting. So by the time we do this, we'll be able to, oh sorry, not run this, do this, and then we'll be able to get our results. But I want to also do something before we go. I want us to scrape. How do I now scrape a website that is live? So this is a website that is live, as a live website. You could do a lot. You could practice a lot with what you want to do. You can practice going to Google to inspect a website or want to get website from Google. So this is a live website. Now, by the way, I think next class also I might need to teach you guys how to use GitHub for some of these things because sometimes most of like example the codes that we've used in our previous classes so they're on my GitHub so I was thinking of sharing the link to you guys but I don't know if you know how to use it so that you can be able to access those code and use them get them in your system. So this is a website I want us to it's live so book to scrape. We love being scraped. So this is just a demo website that Python used for that has been built for web scraping. But what I want to scrape is the title of it and then the price. That is what I want to scrape. So first of all, I have to inspect the website. So let's go and inspect it. Let's go and find where this thing is. That's one thing you must do. You must go and find where it is. So this is the whole website. So we know we are not. We just let me zoom in a little bit here so that we know what we're looking for. So if I come to this place, yeah, this is where I'm going to. So I'll click inside and keep finding, yeah, container. This is where I'm going to. Okay, I'm not really interested in that top part, so I'll just keep looking for where I'm going to. This is row. I'm going to. I'm not looking for this part, so this is where I'm going to. You see, it's highlighting based on the div. So when I click on it, I'm not interested in that part. I'm not interested in this part. Okay, so I think no. Great. So this is where I'm going to. So I'll go down again. I keep looking for what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in that part. Yeah, great. This is where I'm going to. Great. So this is where I'm still going to. And then now I've been able to access each of them individually. So let me open it. And product name. Okay, product name. Okay, let me open the article so I can. All right, I'm almost there. This is the rating. So H3 has the title. You see, I was able to get it that H3 has the title. Then if I want to get the price, I already know that this div.price, product price, is a class that holds the product price. And it's so I need to select the product price and then select the P, that's paragraph, and then I can be able to get the price. Or I'll just select product price and select the class called price color. I can be able to get the price. For this, I need to select the products. Which class has this one? I just need to select this class, the products underscore products, and then select um, and get the H3 inside. But anyways, I've done this, so I just want to show you guys what I did to be able to get the answer. So first of all, because we want to get a live data, I have to request. So you can see now. Oh, great! So I don't have request on this my Python stuff. So I have to pip install this. So I have to do pip. Let me first do Python version because I have multiple Python version on my system. Version. Okay, so I'm going to do Python 12, Python 3.12, pip install requests. Yeah, pip install requests. If there's nothing like that, okay, great. I have to do something like this. I have to do something like minus n because it's a module and I want to operate it. So this is what I mean by teaching you guys how to work with packages. So you can see that I'm unable to use requests on my system. It's telling me no module file. Meaning when I had when you download Python into your system, there are some things that doesn't come with it. So for you to be able to use them, you need to pip install them because pip is a package manager that you can use to get these modules from Python repos or something and then put it in your system so that you cannot use it. Fantastic. So I'm doing Python 3, specifying the version because that's what I'm using on my code currently. I have multiple, say I have another Python 3.11. So I think if this is done, I can now rerun this place. I know someone is thinking, sir, how do you remember all of this thing? This thing is just how do you remember it? Practice makes perfect. Just keep practicing, and you'll begin to remember some stuff and figure out some stuff by yourself. Okay. So passing the URL, let's save it inside the link. Now I want to show you something. So the next thing we want to do is that we want to do response.get request.get. What do we want to get? We want to get this URL. So and then I want to get the status of that response. So 200 simply means that everything was okay. But before I pass it into a beautiful soup, I want to show you how this response looks like. If I do just response, it will just tell me response 200. But let me do response.test. So I'll just get a test. Let me just do content. So these are content. You see, I'm getting limited stuff in how my stuff is coming. Let me see if I can print it. If it come out in more than one line. If I print it, let's try to print. Still the same thing. Let's do the test. Okay, the test tried. We're able to get something that looks like this. Cool. We're able to get something that looks like a web page format, like HTML. But we kind of have some. So let's do response dots. What can we do with this response? We can do connection headers. Let's say we want to get the headers. So this is the headers of the data set. This is what it says is the headers of the data set. But might not give us. This is just what request gets for you. All right. We have not passed it to Beautiful Soup. We are just looking at request on its own. Okay, so we cannot do pretty much more needs and all of that. Well, so let's pass it to Beautiful Soup now. So we have content Beautiful Soup. We want to pass the response.test and then we want to use the HTML parser. Remember, there's response.test there. Great. So once we do our content now, we now have the website that we're looking for. So we can be able to, let me just scroll down fast. Now we can be able to find what we are looking for. Let's say I want to find all the H3 in that data. So if I find all the H3, these are all the H3 in data. Remember, we can do define all now from the content, and then be able to. Before I do that, let me just break it down. So let's do content dot. I have 6 minutes left. Content dot find or let's find all h3. So if we find all h3, it will come this way. Okay, it will come as a reference. So all of the h3 are coming as a reference, and probably I think that they are all coming out. All h3 was used for the title. That's why they are coming like this. They are used for the title. A lights in the article or something. So if we go back to this, you see that maybe that's what we have as the beginning. So then we can be able to look through. Let me comment this part. So we can look through it and take out all the title out of it. Okay. So this is just this is it to get all the title. Just find all of it, and then these are list comprehension. I know you guys already understand list comprehension. So if I run that, I can be able to get all the all the titles. Now, forget all the price. I told you we have to select the product price. That's the product price, and then we also select the paragraph that belongs to price color. And once we run it, you can be able to get this. We can also filter this to remove all of this symbol, right? You can say that you can do test dots. Let's do test dot strip here first. I run it, and then we can do test dot replace. What do we want to replace? We want to replace this symbol here. Very simple. Replace this stuff with this stuff. Great. So this is the price. We've gotten all our price. All right. So we've gotten all the price for the first. This is just the first stuff. We can get more. I think I don't know how many books are there. If you want to get the total number of books, first of all, we can just do what is the length of the book titles. This will give us the total number of books that we have. So we are reading 20 books. And why are we reading 20 books? One thing you should notice is that the 20 books we are reading is from this place. So this thing has page. That's another thing you should notice. It has page 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 by 4, that's 20. Now this thing has page. So it's not the entire data or the entire titles we are reading. We're reading it based on page. Now there are ways also in Python for you to be able to go all through the page. What if I want to get all the titles or all the books in this website? You can do that just for you to look through the page. All right, and then get the result that you want. For example, let me show you something. If we click on next, I want you to watch see what happens on the URL that we are getting. You can see that it has turned to book2script.com/catalog/page.2.html. So this is the second page. Okay, so this is the second page. This is where we now start doing. See, this is 3. Okay, this is 4. So we can loop through, and I think we have how many? We have about 1,000 results in this place. So we can now loop through this page. We look through it, and then all we need to be doing is that we are getting, but we are going to be changing, the page. If you want to get the first 100 page, we just for this into this. If we cannot find the page, we end it. All right, but if we can find the page, keeps extracting all the data and everything that we need. So that will come up where we can run the for loop. We cannot do because this one that we're doing now. Let me show you guys something. Let me go back. So this part that we just did is that we read the first page. Okay, so if you want to read the second page, we can do something like this. So let's say we want to read page 4. What's the title in this one? The Nameless City. Okay, great. So if you want to read page 4, pass it in. There's no need going there. Let me just quickly say URL is equal to. Let's pass that one here. Great. So you can pass it here. And by the time I come back to run this book title, you can see that we've gotten this one, the nameless city. So we've gotten this page. So we already have a structure to be able to get all the titles. So all we need to do now is to automate the page that we want and then to be able to get it. So and what we are just changing is this. This is what we need to change. Right. This is what we need to change. And it's very, very simple to get that one. Very, very simple to get it. Okay. I want to show you guys something. Let's put our F string here. Okay. Let me say page five, page page is equal to 5, for example. All right, let's run this. Let's say in this place we put our parentheses and we write page and we do it back to our parentheses back and run. Do Are we going to get 200? You see, we got 200. So if we go to page 5, if we go to page 5, let me run this next. Okay, so go to page 5. The first one is Princess Jelly. So we can come back here. Since I've gotten page 5, and then I can be able to run this. So you can, have I passed it to, okay, I've not passed it. Let me pass it. Great. So if I run this, I can be able to get the Princess Jelly. So what we can do now is that we can say, great, what we're going to do is that for the number of pages in this stuff, okay, we create our list, uh, we create our our list the title to keep the titles that we want, and then we just keep appending to it, and before you know, we get all the we get all the title for the first 500 pages. Let's see. Let's just do that. Let me show you guys what I have in mind. So let's say we want to get all the data, all the tables and price, all the book and price. Another thing we should also notice is that what if we get because this we are getting it separately. This is the price, and this is if I run this one now, for the first 5, this is the price, this is the book. Should I give you guys this thing as an assignment? Let me not do the work. Because this is the price, this is the book, 13, this is the price. Okay, so if you come to my code, this is the price, and this is the book. So we can do it that once we are running through the loop, okay, once we are running through the page, we are extracting the price and the title of the book together. Okay, you can put them in a tuple: the price, the title of the book, the price, the title of the book, the price, the title of the book, and we just have them together. Okay, we can have them together so that we know that, oh, I went to this site, I got all the price of all the title of the books, and these are all the price. We can do that, and we are just doing for the first 5 page. Okay, great. So I think I will give that to you guys as an assignment so that you understand this concept. So for me to do that, I will share this script. I will share this script with you guys on the channel. I will do it 2 ways. First of all, I will share you guys the GitHub link to clone this script. So your assignment will be 2. Assignment 1, you have to research how to use Git to be able to. I think I will add something here. Let me add something like requirements. Yes. So what you will need is you will need to have. Sorry, I need to delete this line. So you need to have PS4, and then you will need to have requests. You need to have requests. So yeah, these are the 2 things you need to have: requests. Okay, so I will set this as a GitHub link for you guys to clone, and my assignment will come toss. Control S, then let me clear. Great. My assignment will now come for you guys too. So my assignment is very, very simple. I want you guys to look through this. So you see, I'm leaving the idea here. I want you guys to look through the first 5 page and extract each title of book alongside with the price. So maybe, yeah, that's what I will keep to. That's your assignment. So we can play with that tomorrow. Guys, sorry, we've stepped beyond our time. This is 6 minutes past our time. I didn't get a lot of comments today because you guys were focused on learning, especially Francis. But it's all good. We'll meet at the Slack channel and we enjoy ourselves. So drop your questions at the Slack channel. You can also drop it on the comment section, and we'll meet again tomorrow. But your assignment will be on the Slack channel so that you can do that. All right, guys. I think this is it for today. Bye.